Hello, everybody. I don't think there's any moment more defining than how we enter this world. That's the moment of birth. And every day I stand in this intense place where I see every life coming in, and I would say that's the quality of birth. Today, I want to see and explore how birth quality and civilization is going to change. That one moment which defines the birth quality. I'm not talking about numbers. I'm talking about how healthy a baby comes into this world. I'm talking about how safely a mother goes back home and how this baby grows. There is 260 women dying every year across the world because of complications of pregnancy, because of childbirth. Even as I talk, every 2 minutes, there's one maternal death happening. Across the globe, yearly, 2.3 million babies are dying, and this happens in the first month of life. Now, imagine when I'm talking about these statistics, these are global facts I'm talking. And when I say global facts, that means this issue is not just here, it's across the globe, and there are issues during birthing. There are complications, and we need to address it. I always say, I like our previous tradition. What is our previous tradition? Where we respected women, where we honored their body. And even when a small young girl matured, we thought that was maturity. It was not weakness. As she entered pregnancy, we knew it was a sacred phase of a woman's life. It was not illness. Even as the lady entered menopause, we knew it was transition into wisdom and not an illness. But then times have been changing. We have changed. Our attitudes have changed. What's happening today? As young couple come together, what do they decide first? Let's talk about education, and then they decide career is the first thing that we need to build. They think about EMIs. And then the present generation says, let's think about a baby, maybe a baby later. Isn't it true? I see this every day in my OPD. But then I want all the young people sitting here to understand our biological clock doesn't stop ticking. It continues to tick. And this is why, while we're talking about empowerment, girl empowerment, we need to educate every girl. I want every girl to be in the school, want to get educated, because this education is going to help her decide her future. What does she want to do? So she gets the fertility choices. She also gets to decide the birth outcomes, and when she's educated, everything's going to go better. And this is where women need to have a decision-making positions as well. When I say that, I will tell young girls, of course, you need to be thinking about your education, career, everything's very important. Like I said, the biological clock is not going to stop. So if you're thinking of such situations of postponing your pregnancy, think about egg freezing, where you preserve your egg when you're young as 25 years. Because if you postpone your pregnancy and if your pregnancy goes after 30 years, as the age increases, there is higher chances of having abnormal children. There's higher chances of having Down syndrome. There's higher chances of having preterm deliveries. There are higher chances of having a lot of medical complications. Babies can be small. Babies can be IUGR. And these effects will increase as days pass by. So during this egg freezing, you don't have to halt any of your career. Continue, and when you think you're fit to get into the maternity phase, you can always do this. And as days are passing by, then we're seeing how times have changed. Initially, what happened? We had the entire family staying, but now how times are changing. People are moving into nuclear families. They also don't know what do they want. Even when a lady gets into a pregnancy phase, even she doesn't know what her body is asking. And to insult this, our everyday lifestyle has changed so much. Smoking, alcohol, addictions, even our screen time, our whatever we are doing, less sleep, no exercise, lot of these things only adding to the insult which we have already done to our bodies. And this is increasing. And as a result of this, every day I see the result in my OPD, where I see pregnant women with more of diabetes, hypertension, complications, anomalies, miscarriages, infertility. So many issues where babies end up coming preterm, 6.5 months, 7 months. They end up with a lot of complications and they stay in the ICU for long. Some go home, some don't. Remember, initially, when there was a lady who delivered, she had enough support at home. Unlike these days, we also had a village to support her. And she rested. She gave time to heal her body, heal and bond with the baby. But these days, she has to jump back to her work, her homeworks, also her office work, as early as 5 days to 1 week. So many times I have patients coming to me at the end of 1 week for a check, and then she's saying, I'm doing mild cooking, I'm cleaning the house. So, inevitability, they end up doing a lot of their own courses. So, for all the men listening and for all the women who are there, learn to take care of yourself, learn to respect your body, decide what is important for you. During this phase, if you have a healthy baby, this baby is the future of our nation, and that is how it's going to be healthy. So you have to be very healthy during the phase of pregnancy. So please remember, even the men and everybody who loves women in any form, it could be mother, sister, daughter, even a grandchild, learn to support them. I would always say support them by giving the right advices, being there physically for them, practical advices, not just advices which going to make them more psychologically affected. A woman who is well supported during a pregnancy and post-delivery, she recovers more faster, lesser chances of her slipping into depressions, and this is very much important. So how do we take care of these things? I would say, like I said, mention and take care of yourself much before you enter the sacred phase in your life. It starts much early. You could be starting it for yourself from the time of menarche. That means when you start your periods, where you learn to take care of what's the right food, right exercise, what do you have to do on day-to-day basis. You have issue, you have more pain, you have more bleeding, you have any of the issues, you need to reach out because there is treatment available for everything. Try to learn about your bodies. Try to understand what is the problem so that it can be addressed well in advance, and then you enter the phase of pregnancy in a very well way. Even before that, start doing regular health checks so that you understand, are you mentally ready, emotionally fit and physically fit? Is your hemoglobin good? Is your thyroid good? Are you fine? Is your uterus fine? Is your egg quality good? Is your egg numbers good? There are investigations to check on these things. And when we talk about birth quality, I'm not just talking about survival. I'm not talking about did the mother survive? Did the baby survive? It's not just about survival. It is about quality. It is how was the pregnant lady's journey through pregnancy? Did she have a sufficient care for herself? Was she concentrated on? Did she deserve and get the right treatment she wanted? Did she deliver in a dignified way? Was it a respectful delivery? How did she heal? How did she recover post-delivery? Please remember, 6 weeks is something a body needs to recover, and this has to be judiciously given to every woman to heal and bond to the child. And coming to the child, it needs to be seen. Was there a skin-to-skin contact? Did the baby cry immediately? Was there a delayed cord clamping? How did the baby perform as soon as it came out of the womb? Now, even later, was there vaccination, hygiene? Was this baby cared for? All these things needs to be addressed, and that is very, very important for the child. Only then we have a better children. 2.3 million children are dying. Imagine, these are all preventable causes. Preventable, how do we do this? How do we prevent? We have to set good referral systems. We have to make sure good antenatal care is there. Emergency services are available. We also have trained nurses, trained doctors to attend the emergencies. They have adequate facilities, not just in metros, but every rural part of India. That is when we are going to have healthy children, healthy mother. If you're not referring on time, then we could be losing this mother and child. If there is a death still happening, that means it's the failure of the system, failure of the priorities. We have not learned to choose whom do we want to choose. We have not learned to prioritize. We are still thinking about a lot of other things. When we're talking about what are these other things, how do you decide what is a developed civilization? Is it the skyscrapers? Is it the GDPs? Definitely not. It is this society which reduces and works on reducing maternal mortality and reducing the neonatal deaths. That's because today's children are our tomorrow's future, and it's very important we address. Any country or any society which works towards reducing the mortality of the mother and the child are the ones who are going to have a better economy. Why? Because healthy child which comes out is going to be good at school, going to have a good immunity, going to live longer, they're going to contribute better to the society. So many things happening. Imagine building a nation or building a society where you have a weak child who's always getting infected, whom you have to be protecting, who is not very well at school. How would you be learning if you have all these immunity issues? So everything depends on how did you come out into this world. When did you come out into this world? And this can be prevented only with good care. Maternal mortality and neonatal mortality is like holding a mirror into the society. It reflects how is our behavior. What are we doing? Are we really working on these things? This is very important. So we have to look into all these things. So please make sure every woman is cared for from the time of her birth. Every girl child is educated and she has the decision-making capacity so that fertility outcomes, birth outcomes are much, much better. We as women can start taking care of ourselves, start voicing out what is the issues so everything can be addressed. Because like mentioned, it's very important that we understand what can we be doing so that we have a better quality of health. Mother's experiences are important. Early foundations to life is very important as we're building strong human beings. The sad part is these deaths are preventable and it can be done. While the policy makers are trying to do whatever best, I think it is important that we start looking into what we want for our society, what do we want for our own families, what do we want for ourselves. Forward society is one which learns to address and prevent. Even one single preventable death can be addressed. Respectful care is what is very important, and that is the society which is going to do economically well. Like I mentioned, I love the Indian culture. So in India, I say we have the advanced medical expertise which is present along with the ancient culture. Imagine where we combine our advanced medical technology and this ancient culture of ours. Imagine we can lead the entire globe, entire world on how to get a better civilization, and that can definitely be done. Today, the paradox we have to be worried about is we are in an era where we are in a super specialty hospitals. We have robots in operating theaters. We have instant scans, instant reports coming and reaching us. But then still remember, every 2 minutes there's a mother dying across. Somewhere there's a mother dying, there's a child dying. Then is it that we don't have technology? Definitely not. We have every technology. Where do we want to place it? How do we want to place it? How do we want to use it? That is what is more important, and that's where we have a better quality of life. Life expectancy improves. That is when we have a stronger human being and we have a healthier adults who can contribute better with better skills, life expectancy being better, lesser illnesses, chronic illnesses are lesser, lower healthcare stress and healthy population, and they are the ones who can contribute to the productivity of the country. And innovation is something very, very important. If it is not, birth quality is lower, then it can affect the human capital, economy of the country. So even one preventable death can save a lot of lives and a lot of ideas can come in and we can have a healthier nation. Please make sure when you go for antenatal checks, don't decide for a hospital because it is right next door. Please see if all the facilities that you need is available for you. Please make sure your partners are with you so they understand the process. Do not stop questioning. Ask why an investigation is asked for you, why an intervention is needed. So it is very important we get the baby also at the right time. So only when you question, you are involved and the doctor can explain. If not, you do not know what is happening. So please be involved along with your partners and make sure she gets adequate rest 6 weeks post so that she heals well and she does well so that this baby is coming into the future and women is healthy, the whole entire family is healthy. And I say always the woman is healthy, the nation is healthy. So every huge opportunity that we get, please do not miss to support, to nourish and to nurture this young lady. As this young lady becomes stronger, the birth becomes better, birth quality is better, human capital of the society is also better. So birth quality is not just a soft topic, it's the center of India's growth, where culture and technology comes together and will improve our next generations, and that's very, very important. Like I said, robots, super speciality, it is the care that we need to pass on, so that whatever is happening, it's not because of technology, it's because we have not decided that women's health is non-negotiable. We need to decide that women's health is not negotiable. This is a choice a society chooses whom and how, who really matters. And that is what is important. So birth is the very first moment that defines an individual, a family, a civilization. That moment should be safe, respectful, and this creates a ripple of health, confidence, and potential for decades. As a doctor, as an Indian woman, I know what future I want for all of us. I want an India where every woman is delivering safely. We have a healthy baby. We support her. And it's very important because the moment of birth is not just biology. It's a civilization, because today's children are tomorrow's future. The quality of birth shows the readiness to invest in the future generation. The future starts with the choice we make from today. Thank you.